All right, the first question that we have is going to be the following. We're going to multiply this binomial, 3v plus 1, and we're going to multiply it times 2v minus 5. Now, as I go through these, I'll probably talk about the FOIL method, but I'll also just talk about distribution. What we talked about in the last lesson is to multiply this guy. These are the first terms, so you're going to take this and you're going to multiply it times this, and then you also have to take this and multiply it by the last guy. So what you're going to end up doing is 3v times 2v, 3 times 2 is 6, v times v is v squared. That's this multiplied by this. And then you take the same term and multiply it and distribute it into the second guy here. So 3v times negative 5 means negative 15v, right? Then you're done with this multiplication because you've multiplied by each of the terms. Then you go to the 1. 1 times 2v is 2v. And then 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. So you see what you've done here is I'm showing you by distributing this to this and then this to this, but really it's the first terms multiplied together. So this represents the first terms multiplied together. This represents the outside terms multiplied together. This represents the inside terms multiplied together. And then this one represents the last time. So first, outside, inner, last. That's what the FOIL method is. That's what you're typically taught in school. But it comes from what we talked about last time by knowing that we have to, if we cover up the 1 here, this 3v has to be distributed into each term. And then if we cover up the 3v, the 1 has to be distributed into each term. That's what FOIL is. So now that we have gotten all of those preliminaries out of the way, we can add these together to simplify this just a little bit. Negative 15 plus 2 is negative 13v, and then the minus 5 just comes along for the ride. So it's 6v squared minus 13v minus 5. Our next problem is, what if we have 4 times z plus 3, and then the next one is 3 times z minus 4. All right, so you can think of first, outer, inner, last, or you can just think of taking this 4z and multiplying it times each term, and then moving to the 3 and multiplying it times each term. It's really however you like to think about it. But when you think about this being multiplied in, you're going to get 12 times z squared. These are the first terms. Then the outer terms will be the negative 4 times the positive 4, giving you negative 16. The z is still here along for the ride. And then the inner terms, 3 times 3 is 9, so you get 9. Don't forget the z that's hanging out there. And then 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. That's the last. First, outside, inner, last. We can now add these terms together. 12z squared. What is negative 16 plus 9? You're going to get a negative 7. And then you'll get a negative 12. So 12z squared minus 7z minus 12. And that's the final answer. All right, so we'll switch colors a little bit just to break it up. And we'll go on to the next one. I mean, none of these problems are going to be difficult or hard. It's just getting more and more practice so you can multiply binomials in your sleep. What if you have 7 times t plus the number 2, that's the first binomial, then 2 times t minus 1. All right, so the first terms would be the 7t times the 2t. 7 times 2 is 14. T times t is t squared. Then the outer terms will be these. 7t times negative 1 would be negative 7 times t. Then the inner terms will be 2 times 2t, which would be 4 times t. Then the last terms will be 2 times negative 1, which would be negative 2. First, outside, inner, last. Then you add these together. 14t squared is going to stay put, and then the negative 7 and the positive 4 give you negative 3t, and then the minus 2 comes along for the ride. So you have 14t squared minus 3t minus 2. All right? All right, we just have a couple more. What if we had 9 times x plus 1 times 1 minus 9x. Now, the only reason this is a little bit weird is because in all of these previous cases, we had the variable kind of in the first part and then the number in the second part of the term. Here we have it backwards. We have a number and a variable over here. But it doesn't change anything. A binomial is a binomial is binomial. You follow the exact same process no matter how they're formatted. So the first terms will be 9x times 1 will be the 9x. The outside terms will be 9 times the negative 9, giving you negative 81, and then x times x, giving you x squared when you add the exponents. The inner terms is just 1 times 1, giving you 1. And the last terms is negative 9x times the 1, giving you negative 9x. So in fact, this case, you have the 9x and the negative 9x, they're going to add and give you 0. So what you're going to actually get is negative 81x squared plus 1. And that's the final answer. Negative 81x squared. You could also write it as 1 minus 81x squared if you like, but it doesn't really change anything. Last problem is 5 times z plus 6, and then 6 times z minus 5. Same process. First, outside, inner, last. So here's the first terms. 5 times 6 is 30. Z times z is z squared because we add the exponents. Then the outer terms, negative 5 times this would be the negative 25 z, because negative 5 times this gives you negative 25. The z is there as well. And then the inner terms, the 6 times the 6z, 6 times 6 is 36. And the z there is as well multiplied. And then the last term's negative 30. And then finally, you can simplify this, 30z squared. We add these together, and we will get 11z. Negative 25 plus 36 gives you positive 11z, and then the negative 30 comes along for the ride. So 30z squared plus 11z minus 30, and that's the final answer. So we have some more of these practice problems to get to. We have one more lesson of multiplying binomials. And we work through them a little faster each time so that you can get a lot of practice. So you can think of multiplying binomials in two ways. You can just follow first, outside, inner, last. That's not a problem. It's just that I like to emphasize what we're doing so that when we get to more complicated problems, you won't be relying on remembering FOIL. You will just do it because it makes sense. What we're really doing is taking the 5z times this term. We're pretending the 6 isn't there, and then we're distributing the 5z into both terms. That's these two terms. Then we pretend that the 5z isn't there, and we multiply this in and distribute it into both terms. And then we simplify. So then as the problems get more complicated, if I give you 3 terms here and 2 terms here, then you'll just cross multiply every term and simplify as well. We'll get to those kinds of problems later when we multiply trinomials and beyond. So for now, make sure you understand this. Follow me on to the next lesson to continue practicing multiplying binomials. Learn anything at mathandscience.com.